Welcome, you have been cordially uninvited to this video. But I mean, if you're here, you might as well go ahead and watch it. I'm not gonna stop you. I'm a pineapple, I can't do much. But since you're here, I might as well tell you about a game I played involving entering a haunted house, where the main spectral inhabitant is not so happy that you're there. The game is called Uninvited. So just sit right there while I attempt to break into what the game is all about. It begins with an old man named Mr. Smith narrating the story about he was watching these three kids standing outside a big house in the middle of the night. I mean, kinda creepy that he's just watching them instead of like minding his own business, but I mean, he's not even trying to hide it. He's directly under a streetlight. Where's Chris Hansen when you need him, man? The kids anyways are Paul, Benjamin, and Annette, and they are all there to partake in a game of Paul's creation. The game in mind is a game to locate all of Paul's 13 Midnight Zombie cards, which were hidden by his brother earlier, all of which are located in the house they are standing in front of, which also happens to be his uncle's house. It's also the place of death in Paul's cousin Nora, and it's implied that she was bullied by Benjamin and the other kids before her death, which will become more important to the plot later on. To start the game, Paul gives us 3 rules. 1. The person who draws the short straw enters the house first. 2. The winner is the one who finds the total collection of cards. And 3. The only light that is allowed is a jar of fireflies. I mean, simple enough, I guess. I mean, what else you gotta do on a Saturday night? And what is the prize for beating Paul's game? Well, the position of leader of their little gang, of course. All the power in the world at their fingertips. And so the game begins. It's time to pick who goes first. Well, let's see. Eeny, meeny, miny, Paul.
Let's go!
Okay, on second thought, can I get a retry on that? No? Oh well. But if I have to hear his voice again, I'm pulling my ears out. I mean, seriously, he has a voice that could curdle fresh milk. Anyways, the jars pass to Paul, and then the hunt for the cards begin. Well, it was about to, before Old Man Smith beckons the child over to him, which at this point, from what we've seen of him, can only lead to 2 routes. A white van, or him stealing the kids' things from under his trench coat. And thankfully, it's the latter. Let's see, he has chocolate stars, deodorant spray, and x-ray glasses. These may come in handy further in the game, but seeing as Paul has no money, I think it's best that we skip this and come back to the main event. Paul enters through the gates, the moon hovering over like a watchful eye as he passes through the threshold. Super spooky stuff, without a doubt. And honestly, I'm loving these graphics right now. The 3D and 2D mix makes it feel cartoony, but the dark lighting and the only light you have being a jar of fireflies still makes it feel a bit eerie, which makes it so the art style doesn't completely drain any of the dread you might feel when exploring the house. And the house has a lot to explore, with you having to search objects around the house for cards. Searching an object takes a little time, and so most searches result in nothing more than, well, nothing. Occasionally though, you can find coins that can be used for the shop, objects that give you more insight in Nora's life, and, on the rare occasion, zombie cards. You also have a sweat bar, which is something that I don't think I've ever seen in a video game, so good job, I guess. The sweat bar accumulates as you search throughout the house, and increases faster when you run, until it eventually reaches the point at which your sweat creates a trail. A trail used by what exactly? Well, I'll let you have a look at that for yourself.
Let's rock.
Yeah, not the best outcome, but hey, we still got 2 young souls willing to head into danger, all for those sweet trading cards. I think it would be also a good time to mention that these characters have different abilities. For instance, Annette is nitpicky, so she has double the chance of finding coins. Paul here used to be able to search objects faster. And then there's Benjamin. Yeah, Benjamin, he just sweats more. He just sweats faster. That's his ability. Yeah, he's not great. So let's go with Annette.
Let's go.
And I'll be sure to buy some deodorant so I don't alert the ghost with my pit fumes. And now this time around, I know to try to avoid the ghost, which is where the jar comes in handy, as it not only provides light, but will also shine red once the ghost draws near. Another indicator that Nora is near is that she'll start to sing. This gives you plenty of time to hide in one of the many wardrobes located around the house, which protects you from her unless your sweat meter is too high, in which case you'll just enter it without really caring. And with the net, I was able to score 4 more zombie cards before foolishly heading downstairs and meeting my fate. Which leaves me with Benjamin. Alright, mate. Hopefully you last a little longer than the others, but somehow I doubt it. Don't even have enough money to buy anything at the market, so this run is looking kinda dim. Even so, I was able to find the card before being chased down by Nora, and was able to escape into a closet until I felt like she left. Unfortunately, my sweat meter was reaching its limit, and I was only able to snatch 1 more card before being caught, leading to a game over. Looks like the only thing to do is to try again from the beginning, but before that, let's tally up the round. In total, I collected 7 cards, 4 coins, and only bought 1 item. Not terrible for a first run, but I know I can do better, so on to round 2. This time I decided to start out with Benjamin, since he's the worst out of the bunch, and him being the leader of anything is honestly scary to think about. So he'll basically be the sacrifice of the bunch. This round I noticed a door that seems to be locked by a code, which will be crucial to unlock further if I'm to find all the cards. But until I find that code, I continue to search for cards and coins, and along the way I found a letter from what I believe to be Nora's principal, informing her father that she is being antisocial, which ties into the bullying that she went through, which was caused by some of the kids you play as. Honestly, the little trinkets like this that give us information about Nora, I think are pretty cool, and there are even just ones that have no purpose, like this ad for a Chinese restaurant, or being able to turn on the TV. Just these little touches that make the house feel lived in at one time or another. And this time I was able to grab 4 cards and a coin before being caught by Nora. Not bad, Benjamin, you are a worthy sacrifice. I chose Annette next since she would have the best chance at collecting coins, which would allow me to buy stuff when I would inevitably arrive at my last kid. And I was able to find a few coins and cards with Annette, which put me at 7 cards and 4 coins before being caught by Nora in the wardrobe, killing her and leaving the rest to Paul. And look at that, I just noticed their names change when they die into something more morbid. That's pretty cool, and if they weren't actual skeletons, I'm sure they would also agree with that. It's kinda swag. And so it's all left to Paul. Still true, Paul. Still true. Luckily this round I'm able to purchase a chocolate star, which I am able to feed the ghost woman to ward her off with. Unfortunately, I didn't get to use it in time and died without getting a single card or coin. So I'm sorry, Paul, but you failed. And now let's go to the chart. I was doing well until the end, and it was at that time that I decided I needed to do better and not getting my last kid killed, and that's what I should probably focus more on. And so now it's time for round 3, starting off with Benjamin, which is my new signature move at this point. I'm able to claim 3 cards and a coin before buying the dust in the kitchen. Too late to escape my doom located next to the cutlery. And with not even enough money to buy a simple can of deodorant, I'm forced to go defenseless into the mansion with Annette. Sadly, I was only able to find a couple of coins before having to rush into a closet, where I unfortunately jumped the gun and slipped out too early, leading to an all-too-early death, which means that all I have left is Paul again. An honestly abhorrent round so far, but maybe, just maybe, Paul can pull through. Well, no, but I did make some progress, finding the code to the downstairs room, as well as the key to the attic and basement. I was even able to make use of the chocolate star I got this time, but sadly it is in the greenhouse where I meet my end, Paul's body rotting as the vegetation around him. Well, onto the scoreboard. Probably my worst round in finding cards so far, but I learned the location of the code for the door, which will probably provide a big advantage in the next round, so it wasn't a total loss. Round 4, I immediately go for the code and unlock the door, picking up a couple of coins and cards in the process. Unfortunately, Benjamin does what he does best and sweats really bad, which attracts the ghost, who pretends to make him stink of blood instead of sweat. And so it's up to Annette to brunt most of the searching, which results in 4 cards and 8 coins. A pretty lucrative round, I must say. I just have to remember not to let Annette near any of my furniture in the future. She'd be pulling out coins like a party magician pulls out quarters out of an ear. But thankfully, this haul will allow me to buy some deodorant, as well as the final item, the X-ray glasses, which, from what I can tell, don't really give me any insight to where the cards are, only coins, which doesn't really help me as I've already gone to my last kid, meaning that it was 8 coins not well spent. And in my search I was able to find one last card before getting caught, ending my spending spree as well as my living spree. This round I peeked in coinage, but unfortunately squandered it all on the X-ray glasses you would find in like a 90s catalog magazine. But I'm still not giving up hope. It's time for round 5. I begin with a great start with Benjamin collecting 1 card and 2 coins. But that's alright, since at this point the bare minimum I want Benjamin to do is just collect the code for the door as well as the key, saving time for the other 2 kids. And it looks like that saved time paid off, as Annette is able to score 6 cards in one fell swoop, meaning that I'll only have to collect 6 more cards with Paul to succeed. I, however, make the fatal mistake of jumping out the wardrobe too early while hiding, and I had a chocolate star too, which was really dumb on my part because I should have used it. I had only 4 cards left as well, which only made my loss sting more, which leads to this devastating scoreboard right here. Well, like they always say, it's the second, third try that always works. I came very close to winning on my 6th try, with 2 cards away from proclaiming victory. I saved up all my dough for the final kid where I bought 3 chocolate stars to keep the savage ghost away. Only she ate through them in like no time flat, like it had been years since she's eaten anything, although with that figure that might be the case. And when the chocolate ran out, I tried the next best thing, hiding behind a countertop, which also didn't stop her. Not much else to say about this one. It was a close one, but I made a mistake of investing too much into chocolate. You know, they say 7 is the lucky number, and now how things turned out this round, I'm obliged to agree. Although I must admit things were looking quite dire at the beginning, with me only able to gather a single card and a few coins with Benjamin before being caught. But thankfully those coins went a long way, allowing me to buy some deodorant, which meant I had more time to find cards with Annette, finding 9 cards and 12 coins in one run, which is just plain awesome RNG right there. But it was up to Paul to finish strong. After the last run from buying 3 chocolate stars, I learned my lesson. Always buy chocolate with deodorant. But in the end, I didn't even have to use any of my items, which only strengthened my belief that 7 is the holy number. I find 1 card in the basement, and then 1 more in the attic, and upon collecting the one in the attic, the game told me that a door in the attic had opened. Going to investigate, I find Nora's hidden room, which reminds us that Nora was once a girl who was constantly bullied and tragically took her life. This final card just reads me, whereupon collecting it, Nora shows up in a less demonic presence. There's then a cutscene of all the kids and bandages, definitely damaged from being beat up by ghosts. Like, geez, what did you do to them? I mean, I guess it's better than dying, but, still. That looks like, a few broken bones at least. They then pay their respects to Nora, apologizing for breaking and entering into her resting place, and a happy ending, although I'm pretty sure that old man is still watching them. And that was Uninvited. Oh, but wait, I almost forgot the final scoreboard. Ah, ain't she a beaut? Well then, I think it's time to peace out. This game has convinced me that my one and only skill in life is breaking into houses. Hopefully there are no ghosts in it any. But either way, I'll see you again soon. Ciao.